Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada who?
Eric Estrada from Chips.
When it comes to watching an art house film, I usually take a different approach. Independent films or low-budget films that have a statement in them are usually less commercial. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad or not well made. It allows the creators to have a little bit more freedom when it comes to symbolism or metaphors that can only be expressed under the independent settings rather than a studio film, which normally thinks about the business first and how commercial a movie is and how to sell to an audience. Mandy is exactly that type of art house film. However, is it any good? I'm Meffistoe. Like, share, and subscribe because this is my review of the movie Mandy.
If you are not with me, you will not ascend.
Mandy tells the story of a couple. Mandy, who is a free-spirited lady, and her boyfriend Red, a rugged lumberjack that isn't often home due to the fact that he's working far away, even to the point of getting airlifted in and out of a deep forest. The couple enjoys their free time together and the outdoors. One day when Mandy is out strolling in the fields, a van filled with cultists notice her, and especially the cult leader. At the resting spot, Jeremiah Sands, the cult leader, orders his troops to investigate and bring Mandy to him so he may incorporate her into the cult. To help them do this, the group summons these bikers from hell that take both Mandy and Red from their home to Jeremiah. Mandy is being drugged and seduced while Red is being tied up at the back of the house. Jeremiah does his absolute best to influence Mandy, but the girl is stubborn and pays for not submitting to his rule.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
After witnessing Mandy's demise, Red goes into a frenzy and he will stop at nothing until he finds Jeremiah, the cult, and everyone that was involved and executes them for their crimes. I was recommended this movie to watch because I liked Nicolas Cage's performance in the movie Pig. Cage himself said before he even made Pig that his favorite movie to make was Mandy, and he liked working with the director, Panos Cosmatos. So naturally, I was intrigued, and boy, I stepped into a big pile of garbage. This movie is bad, very bad, and moreover, it was way too long. It starts off like an LSD dream, and it finishes up as a revenge gore fest. Every scene, right up to the end, is far too long for no apparent reason. Most of the time, it was boring anyways, and the metaphors that were presented were too shallow and transparent. The individual acting was bad, apart from Nicolas Cage as Red and Linus Roach as Jeremiah Sands. Sands and the cult were heavily inspired by Charlie Manson and his infamous family. He acted the part and drawn inspiration not only from Manson, but from other charismatic cult leaders from the past. Sweet and lovable to his followers, to subdue and subject them, and quick to turn on them angrily when he didn't get his way.
Jeremiah, I hear you. Really? Because sometimes I don't think you hear anything at all.
Cage as Red channeled his emotions well, especially after I learned that he ended his marriage a few weeks before the start of the shoot. You can tell his anger and frustration are really coming out during the scene where he deals with Mandy's death, all alone in a bathroom with a bottle of alcohol. Other than those two, no actor or actress in the film made any real impact. It is safe to say that Cosmatos was trying to create a grindhouse-type film, making it bloody and visceral, but also have that LSD trippy mindset as well. The problem is that it took too long to do anything, and by the time stuff happened, I felt checked out, and this was 10 minutes into a 2-hour movie. And to be fair, it wasn't any better by the hour and a half mark. Yes, the movie did pick up a little bit when Cage's character Red starts to go on the warpath, but it's still very slow. Apart from that, you can see all of Cosmatos' inspirations to make this piece. The summoning of the bikers had a feel like the summoning of the Cenobites from Hellraiser. One of them actually had a spiky helmet just like Pinhead, and another resembled just a different Cenobite. The ocarina that was used to summon these bikers just replaced the Lament configuration box. Another aspect of this inspiration comes early in the film. Mandy tells a story about her past life and how an uncle of hers brought baby starlings for the kids to bash and kill. Of course, she didn't want to participate and ran away. This to me invoked the story of Clarice Starling from Silence of the Lambs, running away from the slaughtered lambs in her youth. And of course, as I mentioned, the Manson family, an inspiration for the Children of the New Dawn cult. Jeremiah replacing Charlie, and the carefully constructed family that invoked the same amount of people that were involved in the infamous Sharon Tate murders. And maybe just as an afterthought, one of the bikers was aptly named Pig. I honestly cannot recommend this movie at all. I watched it and fully broke it down on our live show, and to do so, it felt like a chore to watch. I was constantly pressing the go forward button, and I was doing something else at the time, and I haven't really lost the beat in the film. I hate self-indulgent directors, and this one just took the cake. He took a simple revenge premise and stretched it into the oblivion. The best thing he did was to cast Cage in this movie because he got a great performance out of him. However, if Panos, the director, had his way from the beginning, Cage wouldn't have even played Red. He would have played Jeremiah. And I think the movie would have been even worse at that. By the way, thank you, Elijah Wood. You know what you did. If you're a fan of a grindhouse movie, yeah, you might want to watch this once. However, if you're not a fan, well, this one is going to be a slog to get through. I thank you for watching, and remember, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'll see you on the next video.